Okay. Now, when the French came and colonized, i.e. stole the land for them, they got pushed back. Notice what's dead ahead right there. There's the cathedral. Notice there's a road leading from the cathedral. The next two groups of people you need to know about is the Congo people, West Africa, and the Senegal people, West Africa. They were brought here first. Now, they were also forced to go to Mass because they were forced to be Catholic. That's why they actually had Sunday off, but you know, Mass don't last all day. So they would run down the street, hop the wall, and come over here, and they created everything that y'all love about New Orleans. Yes, I'm gonna repeat that. Everything that y'all love about New Orleans came from black people. People of color. For instance, jazz music. Jazz started right here. A bunch of ex-slaves came together, started. Bam, jazz was born. And that gave birth to a lot of music y'all like to listen to. Pop, R&B, rock and roll, neo-soul. And this is the one that made the, hold on. You want to come over here?
Oh, no.
I'm not the reason why we are over here. Our high priestess in the family is. Look behind you. See those two hills that blocking the slave owner's view? We want that man to see what's about to happen over here. The law says as slaves, we are allowed to dance as much as we like. But remember what they believe about us. If it ain't Catholic, it's devil worshiping. And if it's not inside the Bible, it's black magic. Keep that in mind with everything that we're about to do. Most of y'all on this tour witches, so y'all know the severity of what that means. Now, remember our mother's in the bushes, where's she going right now? In the bushes in prayer and meditation. So that's the next voodoo queen in line. Now she's gonna make sure that all the drums are in a circle, and if you're not on the drums, you dancing. You've all seen African dance on TV. And if you say you have not seen African dance, I promise you, if you know who Beyonce is, you've seen African dance on TV. Y'all remember, I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady. Remember that? Yeah. That was full African dance. She was actually representing Louisiana roots. So remember this one? Okay, that means slaves, break the chains and run to your freedom. That's what that dance means. This one here you've seen her do. That means Yemiya's pregnant with the world. You've seen her do this one here where she puts her hands on the hip, make the girls jump. Okay, that means woman dominance. Every dance that we do during ritual means something. Y'all know Jay-Z not in charge of that, man. I'm just saying, mama. Jay-Z is not making no decisions. Y'all know that. All right. Drums in a circle, we're all drumming and dancing. That means that mom's gonna make her way out the bushes, as she just did. In her hand, she has a stick, and it's just a regular old stick she found in the woods, and it'd be what she does with the stick that's the most important thing about. She comes to the center of the circle, she draws a cross. Legba stands. The line through the cross represents Papa Legba's cane. Mother's drawing his veve on the ground. What's a veve? A veve is a religious symbol that every spirit has. Every orisha, every loa has their own distinct symbol that is completely different from the other. That we draw on the ground to say, hey, spirit, we're calling you to this location right here, right now. This is where we need you. What do you see in yellow? What you see in yellow is family lineage. The yellow is a secret language that only high priest and priestesses can learn. Once we learn the language, we can pull all the fake people out the French Quarter because we can see them mimicking the symbols, and then the symbols don't make any sense because that's the whole language. If a real priestess came out here and saw this on the ground, a voodoo priestess should be like, oh, look, there's a Veve Telegba. Let's see. Person that drew this is half Haitian, half Louisiana Creole. His mom is from Haiti. His father's from Louisiana. His mother's a high priestess in Haitian Vodou. His mother also is an African Vodou priestess. His father, not in the African traditions, but his father's mother is a high priestess in plantation voodoo. And the person that drew this is just like his mother, a double voodoo priest. Like his mom is a high priest in Haitian voodoo, and like his mom is a high priest in plantation voodoo, he's not an African voodoo priestess. We can read this just like a book. Now, this is only 3 generations of my family. I could have kept going with this for another 50 generations. My mama got involved. And I'm only allowed to show y'all 3 generations on the tour. That is not me. That is my mama. Y'all know how feisty. I was on the phone with her earlier. Some of y'all heard me talking to her. So at the end of the tour, when we go to my brother's shop, he has an item in there, and it has a veve on it that goes back in my family 50 generations. I'm gonna point it out to y'all whenever we get to the shop. We don't go in there. You're free to go in there if you choose to. This tour does not go in any buildings because of Delta, etc., etc., etc. Now, keep something else in mind. We don't just need Legba. Papa Legba or a Legwa is just gonna open the gates. We need wind and rain. So we'll draw a water spirit veve there and a water spirit veve there. Once all the symbols are drawn on the ground, we continue drumming, we continue dancing, baby. Now the children, they come out of nowhere. Even they got work to do during the voodoo ritual. Under their arms, they have these huge bottles about this big. In these bottles, rum. And what kind of rum not to use? Malibu. Right? That's the Bible. I talk about that old-fashioned New Orleans rum, the kind of daddy used to make in the backyard. The police showed up and took off running. Y'all know moonshine. Don't be acting like I'm the only one on the stage with moonshine. Since they couldn't read or write, they would make a daughter look like the person, and then let's say you have a headache. I'll dab a little lavender oil under your nose, rub some peppermint oil on your forehead, and make you drink a full cup of chamomile tea. Take a doll looks like you and take a needle, put it in the head of the doll, give it to you so you can put your mark or your symbol on it, put it on the shelf, right? So the next week when she come back, she'll be like, that's my doll. I take it off the shelf, and I'm reminded I worked on her head because there's a needle in the head. Now she got a stomach ache. Ginger, raisins, mash up her beans. That'll take care of that. Take the needle, put it in the stomach of the dog, put it on the shelf. So the next week when she comes and see me, she's like, that's my dog. Take it off the shelf. There's a needle in the stomach of the dog. I'm reminded I worked on the stomach. The dog falls in the medical chart. Just a record keeping device. That's it. Ain't no big finale for the voodoo dog. Nowadays, we use it to pray. So let's say that the dog is the color red. I already know. Papa Legba, red and black. I can pray to him. Papa Shango, red and white. I can pray to him. Oya, also known as Danto, pray to her. She got red in her colors. That's it. So, that's what you call voodoo. Not voodoo. Voodoo is the magic. Voodoo is the religion. You practice voodoo, and you are a voodoo wazan. Now, you can be a voodoo wazan, not practice voodoo. You can practice voodoo, not be a voodoo wazan. But it just so happens those of us born and raised in these traditions, our parents teach us both. So the Catholics assume that we do both. They assume right, but just not in the way that they think. So can I go ooga booga booga and make bad luck happen to her? The only way I can go ooga booga booga and make bad luck happen to her is if I go ooga booga booga that she believes bad luck will happen to her. What's that called? The placebo effect. But let's say she's walking down the street and I slap luck in her face, not realizing not only is she a witch, but she may also practice voodoo. Who messed up that time? Me. Why? I've given her everything she needs to send all that negative energy back to me. She can release it by beating me up, or she can go home and make her a box of mirrors, and then they all point inward, not out, and then she replays the event of me slapping her in her face in the box of mirrors, and if she cries some tears of agony and anger, let them fall inside that box. She seals it shut, she goes to the graveyard, buried in the graveyard, don't tell a soul. What did she just do? Instead of her releasing energy by beating me back, she put it in a box and buried it. So now I'm walking down the street trying to figure out why I just lost my house, why I'm losing everything in my life, why I'm having all this bad luck. It's because I fucked up and slapped a witch. That's why.